Let's bring in A.B. Stoddard now, associate editor and columnist for RealClearPolitics. A.B., really a lot can happen between now and November. Politically speaking, that's a decade away. How much stock should we put into New York's 19 result from last night?
Well, Shepard, the Republicans are right. It is a long way, and the only election that matters will be the many midterms on November 8th. A lot can happen, and things, as Republicans have learned this summer, can change very quickly. What Democrats are excited about is not just the win in New York 19 with a great candidate who's a veteran who won a swing district doing better than Biden, who picked it up by 1.5% after Trump had won it in 2016. More than celebrating Pat Ryan, they are looking at the Kansas referendum and these other special elections and celebrating the fact that they are seeing increased turnout, so increased energy. Even if they don't prevail, they're seeing more voters come out, and they see candidates like Pat Ryan scoring higher than Joe Biden did in their district, polling better in some Senate races statewide than President Biden did. Because midterm outcomes are so historically tied to the approval of a president, the fact that these candidates are able, some who won't be on the ballot until November 8th, some like Pat Ryan, who were last night, have been able to separate themselves from the president, is making Democrats feel very hardened.
A.B., Alon mentioned Congressman Charlie Crist, used to be a Republican, now a great Democrat, facing off against Governor Ron DeSantis. He had a moment today. Listen to what the congressman said.
Those who support the governor should stay with him and vote for him, and I don't want your vote. If you have that hate in your heart, keep it there.
I mean, is that a way to try to get some voters from the other side?
Shepard, that is not a way to win as a Democrat in a red state. One of the most important presidential battlegrounds. He has a tough road ahead. I thought that was really fascinating that he was not trying to reach out. He has been governor of that state. Charlie Crist is a perennial candidate, is run for Senate. The House has served in the House now. As I said, a former governor. He has been a Republican, an independent, and a Democrat. So he is going to face a tough race against the very popular and very well-funded incumbent Ron DeSantis. But Democrats are enthused, although Republicans turned out in Florida last night in larger numbers than Democrats because DeSantis was so effective at getting them invested in a whole bunch of down ballot races. Democrats still saw more turnout last night than they did in a Democratic year of 2018, the last midterm election. So while Democrats are excited, they don't particularly think that Charlie Crist is going to prevail, but they're excited to see some energy in a state they really would like to be competitive in again.
A.B. Stoddard, thanks very much.